Hei, og velkommen til Infinigate TV, nok en gang fra HackCON 11. Og jeg er her da sammen med Adam Compton. Hello Adam, welcome to Infinigate TV.
Thank you very much.
Welcome
Thank you.
to Norway and HackCON.
Very nice to be here.
It's your first HackCON?
Yes, first HackCON, first time in Norway.
First time for everything then?
Yes.
All right.
Very
and
good.
You're here to speak about?
Email phishing.
Email phishing, all right.
Yes, predominantly email phishing. In particular, how easy it is for an adversary to perform an email phishing attack. If you're wanting to do it yourself against your own internal security team to get practice or to help secure yourself, how you can go about doing that yourself and things of that along that lines.
So, are you going to do any demonstrations or?
Yes. Yes, I'm actually, as part of the presentation, I'll also be doing a quick little demo and review of a simple tool I wrote last year that I demoed at a few other conferences last year as well, like at DEF CON and DerbyCon. And so it's a command line tool written in Python that allows you to quickly set up and issue a simple email phishing exercise against your own company or your own people as a training exercise to show how easy it can be. I will be demoing a little bit of that during the presentation, and afterwards there will be a question and answer where I'll be demoing additional features of that and other techniques that people can use to help prevent against that, as well as how to go through the process of training their people. So.
Yes, because this is for penetration testing, right?
Yeah, yes, that's why I make use of it, is to, as a penetration tester, sometimes the customer or the target organization will contract us to not just test their network systems and their internet-facing systems, but also to target their employees to make sure that they're following the best policies and procedures that have been laid out by the company and that they're aware of these types of attacks. So we will go and perform simple phishing exercises just to show that they are following the proper user awareness training, they are aware of what's going on, they report it properly, things of that nature. And that's where my tool comes into play. It was designed around that concept to help do that easily. And as a follow-on to that is we usually will then go back and help provide guidance to the organization, telling them how to improve their user awareness of this, possibly techniques or policy changes that should be considered to be implemented to help prevent these sort of attacks in the future.
So do you see there is an increase in sort of what a user can do, sort of user, like with user access control in Windows, for instance?
Yes.
So does that mean there will be an increase in human hacking, if you can say that, with the controls tightening on what actually a user has privileges to do, or does that affect?
It affects to a certain degree, but it's more on who the attacker wishes to target in those scenarios. There will always be the need to do more of the blanket attack on an organization. If you can get access to anyone's system with any level of access, there's certain things you can do with that, and possibly you could escalate privileges or migrate to other systems, things of that nature. But it may change the focus more toward what is commonly called whaling, as it means that you're targeting the chief financial officer, the chief security officer, the CEO, things of that. You're targeting very select people who have lots of access and lots of power within the company, and if you can gain access to some of their information or their systems or things of that nature, you're more likely to have the keys to the kingdom, if you will say that way, as opposed to getting some low analyst sitting at his desk who doesn't have a lot of access. You're automatically getting a higher level of access into the network. But even that being said, getting access, as I said before, to anyone's computer is a good foothold on the network.
Sure.
And given the right exploits against the operating system, things of that nature, you can potentially gain additional leverage and migrate from there.
I also read about this thing called, is it a term? I'm not sure if it's something called phishing. So that's by phone, isn't it?
Yes. That's one term. That's one term for it, which is voice phishing.
Yeah.
Or many people call it pretexting. It's the same technique that a lot of sales organizations will do when they call you up on the phone, trying to convince you to do something, to buy their product in that case. But from an attacker's perspective, you're trying to convince them to run a program for you, to download something, to visit a website, to enter information into form somewhere.
Yeah, or just give you some information that you can use
exactly.
for
yes. And that
reconnaissance, I guess.
And that plays very well with email phishing and other social engineering techniques as well. One technique that I have seen used many times is an attacker will send a phishing email to a target. Whether it's successful or not, they will then follow up an hour or so later with a voice call saying, I am with IT support. We see that you have received a phishing email. It's compromised your system. Will you please go to this website, download this tool, and run it now to clean up your system? And that is, in fact, what is compromising their system, and not the phishing email originally. So they work very well together, and many times people will use them both. And if you've been to any of the larger conferences like DEF CON, for example, they have social engineering competitions there where that's what they do, is they make the phone calls to companies, try to get a target list of information from them, and it is almost always successful. It's amazing at how well that works.
Well, thanks for
thank you
for the interview, and good luck on your talk.
Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thanks.